One of the things which I read, I read one of your posts was about since we are on the topic of low carb and keto and all that. So you talked a bit about gluconeogenesis, right? That's the thing which is keto wars used to defend
Yeah,
themselves. Say like we have a process called gluconeogenesis, so
yeah,
carbs are non-essential. So I think you had an interesting point that they are like very taxing on the body, and it's like it's
yeah, yeah. I mean, gluconeogenesis is feared in keto world to some extent. They go avoid protein because it can turn to glucose, and glucose is bad because it throws you out of ketosis. You need your really high ketones, and all that stuff is just confusing and not very helpful, I think. But yeah, your body can create glucose from protein, but it's a lot of work. And I think sometimes if we cut our carbs way too low and just eat a really high protein diet, you're still going to be hungry a little bit. Um, so having that, you know, 10-20% carbs is still going to be fine for most people. And what we do in the challenges is get people to test their blood sugars. And if they rise by more than 30 milligrams per deciliter or 1.6 millimole after eating, it's likely you need to dial back your carbohydrates. So some rise in glucose is perfectly normal and healthy. It's part of appetite signaling. You feel full when your glucose goes up, when your insulin goes up, you feel satiated. But if you're on the glucose insulin roller coaster, when your glucose comes crashing down, that's when you feel really, I'm hangry. I need food now. I'm going to eat the donut rather than the steak or the chicken or the veggies. You're going to make poor food choices and eat sooner if your blood sugars are rising really high and crashing down. So that's where, if you're type 2 diabetic, dialing down the carbohydrate is a really smart idea to get off that blood sugar roller coaster. And you're probably going to end up eating more protein, which is more satiating anyway.